And there you go. Mark Hilliard, Chamber of Commerce, presented by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Mark, I don't think we ever anticipated that when you left the radio station and went to the Chamber of Commerce, we'd talk so much on the air, but we do, don't we?
I'm on the air more now than I ever have been.
I know.
Well, especially given the past 3 or 4 months.
It is amazing. But,
Who would have thunk it?
There are developments all the time, and we thunk that we would have you on the air with us here today. A couple of things. First of all, small businesses here in Pennsylvania getting a little bit of relief starting today. Explain this program.
Yeah, I believe just at 9 o'clock this morning it went live. So the CARES Act funding was announced by Governor Wolf. Basically any business that, if you have 25 or less employees, less than $1 million in revenue, and 25 full-time employees or full-time equivalent employees, and you have at least 51% of your business in Pennsylvania, you're eligible to apply. So you can apply for grants. They are grants. They're not loans, so they don't have to be paid back. And it ranges anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 for eligible businesses for coronavirus aid. That 5,000 to 50,000. If you're closer to the $1 million in revenue, you're going to get more in that. If you're a lot less, so depending on what your revenues are, is kind of where you'll fall on that scale. But that money can be used for anything related to coronavirus aid, relief, economic security. So it could be used, for any wages lost or any revenue that might have been lost. It could be used for anything your business might need to do to, in terms of the recovery efforts. So if you need to remodel your business at all, or put plexiglass in, by the cash register, anything related to that, that grant is available. And it is, we sent out an email yesterday, but certainly you can contact us. You can contact the County Office of Planning and Development. You have to go through what is known as a Community Development Financial Institution, or a CDFI, and there are 2 of them that you can go through. So you basically go onto one of these 2 websites, and you can fill out the application process. It's a 2-page application. It's very easy to fill out. It's bridgewaycapital.org. That's bridgewaycapital.org, or progressfund.org. So if you log on to bridgewaycapital.org or progressfund.org, you can go and fill out that 2-page application. It's very easy to fill out. Shouldn't take you very long. But if you have any questions on it, contact our office, contact the county office, and we'll help to walk you through it. But it's nice that there's some additional funding that's available now for small business to try to help them out. I believe there's going to be a couple of different windows. So this first window will be open for 10 days for the money. I think overall there's over $200 million in grants available, and there'll be a couple different windows that will be available. So this is the first window, but I'd encourage you, if you're interested, get in the first window, because you never know how long that funding will last. Yeah,
that's the thing. And I don't know how specific these forms get in terms of asking what you're going to use the money for, but you should probably have everything that you can think of in terms of documentation, so you can just refer to them easily as you fill out the application.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking for a whole lot. Basic information, photo ID, tax return. Yeah. In some cases, they'll ask for a little bit more documentation from your business, but it's just a couple of PDFs that you can upload and attach them to the application and make the process easy. But from my understanding, it's a pretty simple process compared to some of the programs that have been out there over the past few months. Mm-hmm. So it's another way for our businesses to hopefully get a little bit of relief. Yeah.
Now, for the other thing that I wanted to talk with you this morning, and tomorrow, about 23 hours from now is when we'll begin. We'll be airing it here on WCCS, thanks to the Indiana County Center for Economic Operations. And that is the State of Indiana County. What is it? How can people take part?
So first of all, the State of the County address is all 3 county commissioners will be answering questions from residents of Indiana County. In some cases, they're business owners who have questions. In most cases, they have just been residents and citizens of the county who have various questions. And when I look at this list of questions so far, it's anything related to coronavirus, the COVID response, to rural broadband. Some questions related to the budget, and just anything really related to Indiana County at all, and you're still able to submit more questions. We've got quite a few already that we're going through and anxious to be able to ask the commissioners those tomorrow. If you tune in tomorrow and maybe one of the commissioners says something that sparks an idea or sparks a question, you're able to ask them during the event itself. It is a webinar, so if you're listening on the radio, you may not be able to do that, but we would still encourage it if you can't tune in via Zoom or on a mobile device or a laptop. We're very thankful to Renda Broadcasting and for the Indiana County CEO for helping to make that possible to be able to tune in on the radio. But certainly we hope people are able to tune in one way or another. I think it's an important time to hear from the commissioners. This was an event we had planned for April in person that we weren't able to do, and we tabled it until now, and think that now is a very important time to be able to have that conversation with them. So they're been very generous with their time, and that they all are very excited about being able to do this because this group of commissioners has been eager to make sure that they're able to try to get in front of as many people as they can and hear about some of the needs in Indiana County. There's quite a few needs. I think that overall we've been pretty lucky with things, but certainly I think this pandemic has also opened our eyes a bit and opened their eyes a bit to some of the other needs that are out there. So you can still submit questions in advance. So if you're tuning in on the radio tomorrow and you want a question to be asked, submit them to questions@indianacountychamber.com. That's questions with an S, plural. And tomorrow, if you tune in on the Zoom meeting, you can just log in and ask a question there. And the link for that Zoom meeting is either on the Indiana County Chamber's Facebook page. It's also on Indiana County Shop Local Facebook page. Or if you really needed a link and you're not able to access any of those pages, it is also on our website, indianacountychamber.us. And you can call the chamber office, too.
I'm betting that they're studying right now, all three commissioners.
I don't know. I don't know. They seem to have a pretty good grip on everything. In terms of some of the other meetings and things that I've been a part of, they know their stuff. So I don't know how much they're going to have to study, but they do seem very anxious to be able to do this. I'm very thankful of them being able to be a part of it, and we're looking forward to it tomorrow. I think it's going to be a really good event. Yeah,
it is. It's going to air at 9 o'clock. We'll try to keep it for an hour, but we'll adjust as need be as the event goes along. New unemployment numbers came out just less than an hour ago, so Indiana County's unemployment down 3 percentage points, down to 12 point something. Josh is writing up that story right now. So things are looking a little bit better as folks get back to work, but there's still much to do in terms of getting back to whatever normal is, and people need to be very vigilant. I'm sure that'll be coming up as part of this summit happening tomorrow. So things are progressing here in Indiana County. We're going to learn just how much with our county commissioners tomorrow here. Hey, Mark, thanks so much for coming by to visit with us today. I know that it took a little extra effort on your part, and I appreciate it.
Yes, we had our first Coffee Talk virtual event this morning.
Oh, yeah, I
finished up,
that.
So it was nice to be able to hear from a lot of our members and hear what's going on throughout the county from their mouths. So it was nice to hold that, and we had a really nice turnout for it. So I'm glad to be able to jump on, and sorry it was a little bit late.
Yeah, well, not late at all, and I bet you there were some really interesting revelations from that little get-together this morning. Some folks are having struggles, and some folks seem to have a real firm grasp on how it is that they want to move forward, and you share those ideas and come up with some good things.
We're hoping to keep doing things like that, so it was a very good event, and we're hoping tomorrow is going to be even better.
Terrific. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Todd.
Have a great day.
Okay, you too.
There's Mark Hilliard from the Indiana County Chamber of Commerce here this morning on Indiana in the Morning.